As some of you are probably aware of, Tumblr has banned 400 words from its thingamabob, or whatever the term is called. And I'm like, okay, maybe it has something to do with like R words, lolicon, shotacon. It's like, okay, cool. And I'm like, but 400 words? What could possibly... What? Were these guys fucking high? And I did some little light research, and apparently Apple's safety policy states that iOS apps should not include content that is offensive, insensitive, upsetting, intending to disgust, exceptional poor taste, or just plain creepy. And goes into detail, specifically prohibitions on porn, gore, hate speech, content that encourages self-harm, and so on. Seems reasonable enough. But when you go down the list, I'm just like, what? This is considered harmful? How? We're about to go down the list of all the 400 words, and I will, be like, okay, I understand this one. But if there are a few where I'm like, why? Then I will, talk about it a little bit. Let's get started. So starting with the A's, we have abs, ACAB. I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know. The word about me, abuse. I can understand abuse because it's pretty much self-explanatory. However, the problem I have with this one is a lot of abuse victims use this tag to help other abuse victims with whatever. Like, hey, if you see this is abuse, so watch out. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword with this word, and it's the same way with other words too listed here. Acid and fucking Adderall. As somebody myself who is autistic and has ADHD, I don't take Adderall, but I know Adderall is pretty common with people with ADHD. I know Adderall is abused throughout like colleges and other places. So it is a substance abuse, so to say, in certain cases. But a lot of people are not educated with Adderall. I was given a form of Adderall when I was a child, back when I was almost diagnosed with bipolar, but that's a story for another day. I plan to make an autism story sometime down the road, but right now is not the time. A lot of people don't know that Adderall will affect people differently, depending on what you need, or just how you are. Really? You're gonna eat? Go on! Above all, you should talk to your doctor with medications regardless, but sometimes it's good to hear other stories from other people. Not always, there's always an exception. Now we have addict, addiction. Okay. It's the same thing with abuse, so I won't get into details. Adult, that's self-explanatory why that word is banned. Agine? I don't know how to pronounce that. Alice May. Sounds like a person got banned. Holy shit, what did you do? Alpha. Alt-right. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that word. Anna. I cannot pronounce these words. Animal abuse. Anime girl. This one, I kind of understand why this one is banned, but at the same time, it's a broad spectrum. A lot of the times, pornography, you have the word anime girl tagged. And especially when it comes to lolicon. They will tag lolicon and put the word anime girl with it. And a lot of people that post lolicon try to hide it that it's lolicon. And for those of you who don't know what lolicon is, or shotacon, it is basically anime child. It is basically what it is. And it's the same thing with cub, which is the furry equivalent of child porn. And full-con is the My Little Pony equivalent of child porn. So, little education there for y'all who don't know what these terms mean. And they're fucking disgusting. Can't pronounce that word either. Anorexia. And now, I think the only reason why they banned this word is because anorexia makes people uncomfortable. My sister, she does not have anorexia. She has endometriosis. And she looks like she does have anorexia. And despite that, a lot of people want to be educated about anorexia. Like, what it's like, what's going through somebody's head. You know, like, it's good if somebody is experiencing some things like this. It's like, hey, I know what you're going through. I've been through there. I'm currently going through this. So you're not alone. People that use tags like this are usually trying to spread awareness about certain things. Are there a few bad apples that are trying to promote anorexia or drug addiction or whatever? Probably. But I don't think it's as common a lot like Tumblr wants to think or wants us to. Arabs. Wow.
That's racist!
Getting racist over here, aren't we? You banned a whole group of people. Yikes.
That's racist!
Armpits. Natural human body. Yeah, look at these smelly armpits. Smell the love. Really? You're banning armpits? I'm sure it's a fetish for some people. But guess what is also a fetish? Apparently, teachers like to think a shoulder is a fetish for a lot of boys in high school. Arms. My fucking arm is banned. I guess I better chop them off. Hi, Luke. That's my milk. No. Mwah. Arse. Ask to tag. As an artist myself, fuck you. And people that repost artwork, fuck you. Okay?
If you want tag and credit, please DM me and I will give you credit.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert!
Like I said, that's another video for another time, too. Ass, avatress. I don't know what that is. I don't. And now we're getting to the B's. Babe, baby boy, baby girl. Okay, those are pet names, okay? Now, the term baby boy and baby girl, I understand. Because, you know, it's like, that could be equivalent to child porn as well. Like, code word. Like, my ex-boyfriend called me baby girl all the time, and I'm like, fucking stop it. I am not a baby. Okay? Calling me a baby is kind of degrading. There's nothing cute about being called a baby. Back, like, you know,
This thing, back here,
is banned. And bald. My true love is bald. So he's practically banned off Tumblr, so those of us who post Eggman content, Robotnik content, we're fucked. I better go tell them the news. Balls are banned, which I know what they mean by balls. They're talking about the male genitalia, but it's so vague that you'd be like, okay, balls, fine. The genitalia, I get it, but what about bouncy balls, basketballs, baseballs? At this point, I'm just being a smart ass, okay? I'm being a smart ass. Beaten, beating, and begging. Okay, I get those, but, and especially begging. I see a lot of beggars on the internet, and it's annoying as shit. Beating and beatings, it's the same thing with like anorexia and all that stuff. But I understand why it's banned. We have BB Belcher If I'm to guess what that is, I'm going to guess it's a burping fetish. If I am wrong, let me know down in the comments. Feel free. Or anything that I mentioned that I don't know what it is and you want to, and tell me, go for it. Educate me. I'm always for education. BDSM, understandable. Beads. This one is interesting because I know what they mean by beads. They're talking about anal beads. But what about necklace beads? What about those? Are those banned too? Hello? If you have a beard, you're fucked. You're fucked if you have a beard. So, little axemen or whatever, those guys that like to chop wood in the woods, or those who just like having a beard, see ya. You're with us bald people. We're gone. Bearded, a belly. Now, bellies are a fetish for a lot of people. So, I know they mean belly in the fetish sense. But just the fact that they're banning natural human body parts is ludicrous to me. Benzos?
Mother's ringing on your phone. Your mother's ringing on your phone.
It would seem I have lost some footage for the rest of this video, so I'll do a voiceover, but I'll just give you the fast version. There. If you have any questions, just remember what I said in slow motion. There's certain words in here that are like, what the fuck? Like, at this point, I'm thinking Tumblr is trying to commit self-deletion. I think Tumblr is slowly dying, so they're trying to push people away. So that way they die quietly. I think that's what's happening. And an article I read, it reads that this is Apple's safety policy. And those of you who do not know, when Tumblr first banned porn off its website, that was because it was due under investigation for allowing child slip through the cracks. I knew somebody that reported child on Tumblr all the fucking time. And Tumblr hardly ever did a fucking thing about it. And same thing happened to Pornhub not too long ago. They were being accused of allowing child porn and on its platform. Even though it was being reported, they weren't doing anything about it.
What's going on here? It's not my problem. Now, it's my problem.
But Pornhub is not on iOS devices on apps. Okay? It's not. Self-explanatory. But what I don't understand is, if Apple is attacking Tumblr for certain things like this, how come YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and all that other stuff, why aren't they getting the same treatment? Anything, as much as I said in a previous video, Instagram has a pedophilia problem. And so does YouTube and everywhere else. So how come they're only affecting Tumblr with this? Why aren't other websites getting the same treatment as this? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Apple wants to go after Tumblr. I mean, you already sucked Tumblr dry of its adult content. What more do you want? At this point, Tumblr should just nuke itself at this point. It really should. Yeah, I think I've said my piece. I think I've said enough. So this has been Jasmine Robotnik, and I hope you all stay weird out there.